Hey guys, this is Max and welcome to another episode of the story behind the shoot. And today I want to talk about a photo set that is entitled Foggy Fall Forest. And that of course because I do like alliterations, but also because it perfectly captures the kind of atmosphere that we had. It was a completely analog photo shoot, but in a very casual fashion. It felt much more like a Sunday stroll through a forest, and we were kind of having our cameras with us than an actual photo shoot. The subject here is Annie, who is not a professional model, but just interested in having special photographs taken of her, and she usually uses them for self-promotion, as she always says on Instagram and other channels. We did have a photo session before, earlier this year, where we went into a cornfield and also shot out there at the airport. We drove all the way out to the airport to get on top of a parking deck and take some images there, but all these images were mostly digital ones, shot with the Leica T mostly. And I also had brought back then my Yashica 124G, and just to give her a taste of how the analog images would look like, and she really liked them. And this time I was able to talk her into doing a completely analog photo set. And it fit perfectly well, the setting that we had, the forest and this kind of moody atmosphere. We really had a very diverse setting moving through this forest. We had a lot of desaturated colors, lots of fog that looked great on black and white images. And to kind of stress that atmosphere, or complement that atmosphere, I brought along two very manual cameras that always relax me when I shoot them because of the manual handling and the quiet shutter sounds and all that. And these cameras are the Leica M6 with a 50mm Summicron lens that I had loaded with Kodak Portra 400, and a Yashica Mat 124G, mostly loaded with with Ilford HP5, and one roll of Kodak Portra 400 at one point, and towards the end a Fuji Pro 400H. That I only used because I couldn't find the Kodak Portra 400 that I had, the second roll of Kodak Portra that I had brought along. It was kind of hidden at the bottom of my camera bag, and for some reason I didn't find it at that particular point when I needed it. So I had to switch color film, which I usually don't like if it's not intentional. But nevertheless, I like how the images turned out. Without further ado, let's take a look at the images and some of the behind-the-scenes footage.
When God made the world, he had a plan, made a man and a woman named Adam and Eve. He gave them a job, glorify, multiply, but don't eat from that middle tree, the tree of knowledge of wrong and right. If you eat it, you will surely die. The serpent walked right up to Eve and said, do you really believe that God meant what he said, that you would die? Then Eve saw that the fruit looked good. The serpent said, you really should just eat the fruit and open up your eyes. And she listened to the snake. She took the fruit and then she ate and turned to Adam and said, take a bite. Then they felt the shame, and God called their name. He said, what have you done? You've disobeyed, and now you've laid the foundation for a painful life, full of anguish and toil and strife. Now every child that's born to you will pass this curse and bear it too, a wicked nature born to sin and die. And every nation, tribe and tongue will be afraid and be on the run, 'cause God is watching with his holy eye. And he made for them some skins to show what happens when you sin. Blood must be shed from an To the serpent, God had news for him, good news for us, but his news was grim. A promise made, and this is what God said. Though the woman took your crooked deal, her seed will come and you'll bruise his heel. But that's 'cause with it, he will bust your head. And on his promise, he made good. Jesus came to our neighborhood, and for our sin, his perfect blood was shed. And he removed our shame.
So I hope you enjoyed the images and this kind of video. Please provide us with some feedback, Jules and me, in the comment section below. We always really appreciate it. If you like this video, please also remember to like it and maybe even share it with your friends. If you want to see more videos like that, please subscribe to my channel. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you soon. Bye.
When God made the world, he had a plan, made a man and a woman named Adam and Eve. He gave them a job, glorify, multiply, but don't